Hey guys, this is Jim again. Wanted to do another shave video for the holidays. Now this shave video is, I believe I've reviewed one of these soaps before. Maybe, maybe not. This is a K Shave Worx. Great artisan soap out of New York State. We did the seven sins of wet shaving video. A bunch of people did them. And Stephanie and I did some, and we ended up winning a few soaps from K Shave Worx. And of course we had to figure out how to divvy them up, because we got 3 soaps. The first one that I'm going to mention is Dark Power. Smells very reminiscent to Drakkar Noir. Of course, Stephanie said I could have this. She doesn't like the scent. Next, we got 366. I guess this is some kind of anniversary soap for K Shave Worx. Stephanie said it kind of smelled like some kind of fruit stripe gum or something like that. To me, it smells heavily of cherries. There's almost like an effervescent note to it. Reminds me of like a soda drink or something. I think that might be the eucalyptus or something. But it's fruity. Now, I was very wary of this, apprehensive. I would never have picked this out, because I had a bad reaction to a soap with pineapple oil in it. Now, granted, it was predominantly just pineapple and menthol. But this had pineapple listed, so I normally avoid soaps with pineapple fragrance oil in them, and this has pineapple, and I was a little nervous, but I gave it a shot. No problems. Lathered up beautifully, performed beautifully, smells wonderful, fruity. So this one is another of, it's going to be mine, because Stephanie wasn't, she was just kind of kind of went back and forth. Said it was a little too sweet, fruity. The next one is, that leaves major wood for Stephanie, and it's oud wood, teak wood, and cardamom. All things she loves. It's kind of a mild scent. It's not very strong. Even in the container, I'd say it's about 4, maybe? 4 or 5, maybe. But they're relatively firm croaks. I mean, it's not like a triple milled soap, but it's not like, you know, you don't just lose your finger in it. It's pretty firm for an artisan soap. And so thank you to K Shave Worx, and thank you to the organizers for the 7 Sins of Wet Shaving contest, because we won 3 K Shave Worx soaps. And I have their Bumble Nuts. I love that one. But tonight I'm going to shave with the Dark Power. I'm just going to do a head shave today. I've got my brush soaking in my salsa bowl. It's just going to be damp. This is a Stirling synthetic. Stirling Kong. Yeah. Load it up on here. Now I'm going to be kind of loading over, because in a certain way, because I'm also going to be using my Crown King Scuttle. Dark Power. There's going to be a lot of dark colored things in it. My scuttle is black. My brush is black. The soap label is Dark Power. So I've got some dark things going on. Kind of a dark theme with this shave. I want to make sure I get enough loaded on this brush. I would rather overload and have a little bit extra lather to play with than underload and have a suboptimal lather. Always better to overload. That's why they say load it like you hate it. I think that's looking pretty good. Wipe some of this off here. Oh, it smells great. Now, I wore a lot of Drakkar. Anyone that knew me in the late 80s and early 90s can attest to that. I was a big fan of Drakkar Noir. Much more so than all the plethora of Calvin Klein fragrances that were coming out at the time. Granted, don't get me wrong, I like Calvin Klein, but I love Drakkar. I really did love that stuff. Okay, and I'm going to be lathering this up, building my lather in my scuttle from Crown King. It's full of hot water, so it's going to be nice and warm. Keep the lather warm. This inside of this scuttle has a nice texturing to it. It's got some vertical lines on the inside of the bowl, and it's got some lines that go around. So it's got good texturing to build a lather with. It's a little bit cumbersome, so I can't really hold it up in front of the camera. I mean, I could, but my arm's going to get tired. And I'm trying to have a nice relaxing shave, not get tired. I'm just going to dip my tips in my salsa bowl and add a little bit more water. This is already shaping up to be a pretty decent lather. I've got the cork stopper in here. I've got a rubbery stopper. I don't know what kind of rubber it is. Kind of polyurethane or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But it's good. I'm using the cork now just for authenticity. Let me dip my tips one more time. Just to liven up this lather and get it a little bit more moist. I've been shooting for wetter lathers lately, which means I have to load a little bit more product on the brush when I'm building my lather. This is looking great. Right at about where we're at now. Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? Got plenty in there for like a 2-pass head shave. Let me wet my head and get this going. You know, I really want to thank everybody that participated in the Movember groups, Movember fundraising for men's health, you know, dealing with prostate cancer, things like that, testicular cancer. Sometimes men even get breast cancer. I bet you some of you didn't know that. It's true. But men's health issues. Some people did exercises, some people grew their mustache, didn't shave their mustache, or didn't shave their beards at all. Different people participate in different ways, but as far as fundraising, HitGam, How to Grow a Mustache, our group, they had a U.S. group and a Canadian group, and they all did quite well. Fundraising, thousands of dollars, so I'm really proud of everybody fundraising for that. K Shave Worx, of course, makes a wonderful lather. Their soaps are outstanding. Build this lather all over the head and the back too. Now, fragrance oils sometimes you react to, so I'm being aware of that, trying to pay attention to what my skin's doing right now. And it feels okay. So I'm not really concerned about the fragrance oil. My skin has a tendency to be a little bit finicky when it comes to different fragrance oils. Let me dip my tips again. Build some more lather. Don't mean to build the lather on my head, but this seems to be kind of a thirsty soap. I think I can get a little bit more of that high performance yogurty goodness out of this lather, so let's go for it. Oh yeah, there we go. Trying to lift some of those whiskers up and get some lather underneath them on the sides. Yeah, it's looking a little bit more creamy, and this smells wonderful. It really does smell very reminiscent of Drakkar. They did a really good job approximating that Drakkar fragrance. Whether they did it themselves or bought a fragrance, they used a fragrance oil, found a fragrance oil that they felt was close enough. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, keep in mind I'm using a black scuttle. I've got my Dark Power K Shave Worx soap. Clear my lines here. I'm using my black Stirling Kong brush, my black scuttle, and I'm using my birth year Gillette, what is this? Super Speed. I believe they're called a Black Beauty, but it's my birth year and birth quarter. And there is a, I think a Gillette Silver Blue in here, with just like maybe one or two shaves on it. Getting closer to the mirror to see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's take it down. Now these are pretty mild razors. These later Gillette Super Speeds with the plastic handles, the black plastic handles. This one has a metal tip though, not adjustable, but it's a nice razor for a head shave, definitely. You don't need a very aggressive razor for a head shave. Now if you just want to do one pass against the grain on your head and you've mapped your whiskers on your head, your hair growth, I suppose you could do it. But if you want to do two passes, or maybe even three, with a more mild razor, these later Super Speeds, or maybe even a Tech, would fit the bill. Very good. Nice solid build. Mild. If you're following your rules, keeping your blade angle, being cognizant of feather light touch, little to no pressure. You just want to have enough of the razor on the skin to cut the hair, to cut those whiskers down, remove some of those whiskers. Not. Then I'm going to just hit the back of my neck like this. You know, it's mild, but it's efficient. This is my birth year razor, and while it's not my absolute favorite razor, it's definitely a good razor. There's a slight overhang on the end where the blade isn't quite covered by the head gap. There's a little bit of a overhang, but not much. But like so many twist to open, butterfly open razors, there is a little bit of an overhang. Just be aware of it. Don't freak out. It's not a big deal. Just be aware of it when you're around your nose, around your ears, this and that, and it won't be an issue. Okay. Now this is always weird because I'm not using my mirror, so I'm just going by feel, kind of covering different areas of the head, getting a little closer. Plenty of residual slickness. This is not an issue, what I'm doing right now. Really light touch. Listening to the blade hit those whiskers. Okay, let's rinse. I think I got most of it off the back of the head. Now that's really good. I'm going to do one more pass though. I'm going to do a south-north pass. Let me rinse this salsa bowl out, all these whiskers and lather. Now this soap scent, once you lather it, it's not real strong. I put it at about a 5, a 6, maybe. Not real strong. There are definitely much stronger scents out there as far as soaps go. Freshen up this lather, reload my brush, and do one more pass on the head. I'm going to do kind of a south-north. Let's paint this on, make it nice and even. The Stirling Kong is a 26 millimeter synthetic brush. Really nice synthetic knot. Especially for the price. It's one of my favorites. To me, it's darn near identical to the Razor Rock Monster, which is an absolute steal. When you're looking at the brush you're actually getting for the price, it's outstanding. Any of these great synthetic brushes that you can get for under $20 with a perfectly nice serviceable handle, I'm a big fan of synthetic brushes. I have a couple bores. Those of you that watch know I like my Semogue bore brush. But these days, It's hard to beat these plus soft knots. Let's do one more pass in the back of the neck, a little more whisker reduction, get it a little bit closer. Of course, like I said, we're doing it by feel, so it's a little bit more challenging than using mirrors or multiple mirrors, I should say. Okay, I'm happy with that. Do a little bit more light touch up. You know what? That is perfectly good. Nice shave. Clean up around my ears just a little bit more. Okay. Let me pause it real quick. I'm going to rinse off, clean up, and then we'll do some aftershave stuff. Be right back. Okay. Got a great shave with this K Shave Worx Dark Power soap. Very good. The performance, I'd probably put it maybe at about 8.5. Of course, this is my first shave with this. Usually takes a little while to dial in the lather, figure out exactly how much water you need. I think I could have stood to add a little bit more water to this lather, optimize the performance. But overall, it was quite good. I'm going to use a little Lucky Tiger on my scalp. And I'm going to hit my face with it too, because it's got nice skin healing and conditioning properties. Witch hazel and such. Always rub it all over. It's great for the skin. And I'm going to follow it up with an aftershave that I think the scent will match well. And it's Lustray. It's made by Clubman. Dragon Noir. Drakkar Noir, Dragon Noir, Dark Power. It's pretty similar. I got a big bottle, so I'm going to get pretty liberal with this stuff. Get my arms a little bit. Stuff smells good. So that was it. This is kind of a Drakkar, ode to Drakkar shave. I got my Dark Power. I got my Dragon Noir by Lustray, which is a flanker, well, not a flanker, but it's a subset label owned by Clubman. Lustray is more a barbershop brand. You're going to see it more in the barbershops than you will just available for sale. And that was a good shave. K Shave Worx knocks it out of the park. They're a great deal, great deal. So those of you that are looking into K Shave Worx, just find a scent you're interested in and dive in. Even if you're sensitive to pineapple, you might find something you like. So I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving, and it's December now, so happy holidays. Plenty of different holidays are coming up, so everyone have happy holidays, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.